Okay, people. So I feel that I liked Enchanted, right? I think there was something about Enchanted, but it was 2007 when that came out. You know what I mean? That's a lifetime ago. Man, yeah, I was definitely into some things then that I am not into now. But yeah, I was intrigued, right? When I heard they were making a sequel, because it was a bit like, where are they gonna go? Right? What are they gonna do? So I thought, you know what? Let me check it out. There's a lot of things though that I forgot about the first one. And then I'm just like, uh, how did I forget that? God damn it, man. What's wrong with me? You know what I mean? Ah, shit. But these things happen, you know? These things happen. Unfortunately, it would seem. Um, but yeah, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Right? I think that's the big thing. But I checked it out, and yes, here's the jig of it all. It is directed by Adam Shankman, written by Brigitte Hales. All right, from a story created by J. David Stern, David N. Weiss, and Richard Lagrafesis. Da-da-dum. The film is produced by. Let's get into the producers. We got Amy Adams, Barry Josephson, and Barry Sonnenfeld. Is executive produced by Joe Byrne, uh, Sunil Prakash, and Adam Shankman. And it is co-produced by Laurie Corngibel. Menken handled the music. Simon Duggan, cinematography. Right, Emma E. Hickox and Chris Lebonzon edited the film. Cindy Tolan and Louise Kiley sorted out all the casting. Dan Henna was production design. Art direction, we have Robert Barrett, Till Frohilich, Shane McEnroe, Gary McKinty, Ashling O'Callaghan, Richard Selway, and Greg Shaw. Set decoration, Jack Connolly and Jenny Oman. Joan Bergin handled costume design. And our cast. Well, we have got um, Amy Adams returning as Giselle. Patrick Dempsey is Robert. Um, we've got James Marsden as Edward and Idina Menzel as Nancy. So in this one, Morgan is played now by Gabriella Baldacchino, even. Um, and we see a younger version of her who is played by Rachel Duff. We've also got Maya Rudolph as Malvina. Her subordinates are played by Yvette Nicole Brown, who plays Rosalind, and Ruby is played by Jama Mays. Malvina has a son called Tyson, played by Colton Stewart. There's Edgar, who runs the coffee shop, played by Oscar Nunez. Alan Tudyk voices the scroll. Pip, the squirrel, is voiced by Griffin Newman. We've got a fairy played by Brooke Josephson. Sophia there's two Sophias. So you've got Millie Jackson and Laura Jackson. Oh, Sophia's the baby, obviously. Yes. They use twins. Bum bum bum. There you go. Sanda is played by Emia Morrissey. I think they're basic. That's our main crew, right? We've got Tyson's friends who are played by Alex Bailey, Matt Lenham, Mahito Henderson, Kellett Gilhurst. And then there's Ella Gale, Haley Keogh, and Jariri O'Hara play a bunch of mean girls who, aren't giving Morgan a good time. But yeah, that people is our main cast. Okay. Now, yeah, the songs in this are who wrote them? Yes, Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz wrote the songs for the piece. Okay. And the gist of the story is this. It has been 15 years since Giselle and Robert wed, but Giselle has grown disillusioned with life in the city. So they moved their growing family to the sleepy suburb community of Monroeville in search of a more fairy tale life. Unfortunately, it isn't the quick fix she had hoped for. Suburbia has a whole new set of values, and the local queen bee, Malvina Monroe, who makes Giselle feel more out of place than ever. Frustrated that her happily ever after hasn't been so easy to find, she turns to the magic of Andalasia for help, accidentally transforming the entire town into a real life fairy tale and placing her family's future happiness in jeopardy. Now, Giselle is in a race against time to reverse a spell and determine what happily ever after truly means to her and her family. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. There we go. Now, Shankman has directed some films that I've really enjoyed, right? Well, I mean, mainly one, right? Because I didn't actually mind the Hairspray film, right? Well, the second film, because there was an old film, right? So 2007, I enjoyed that, which came out really the same time as Enchanted. You know what I mean? I enjoyed that. But he also directed A Walk to Remember, which, I mean, I really like that film. Oh my gosh, it's such a great film, right? Such a great friggin' film, man. Yeah, Mandy Moore, all of that. So I'm like, yeah, let's give this a shot. Let's see what happens. He's done some other big things, right? Rock of Ages, Bedtime Stories, What Men Want, Cheaper by the Dozen Two, Bring Down a House. They were all pretty big. A Wedding Planner was kind of big, but trash. And he did the recent Hocus Pocus 2. But yeah, this I was a little confused about, to be honest, right? Because listen, now they kind of flipped the script on the whole fairy tale situation, right? Which was the whole deal of the first Enchanted. But I kind of feel that they missed so many opportunities, right? Because they're living in the city, right? And it's just like, oh, it's not what we thought it would be. But it's the city. You know what I mean? It's just like, obviously, Andalasia is like the countryside. So of course, going from living like a Walton to now living like Rockefeller, it's gonna be different, right? So I think that it was kind of an opportunity to show that maybe a fairy tale could be wherever the fuck you want it to be. You know what I mean? And also, right, shit doesn't end once you say I do. You know what I mean? There's more work you have to put into it. It does, things don't just like that fall into place, right? There's more to life than all of that. Right? That's what I thought this was gonna be. You know what I mean? Like them just realizing that, oh no, the fairy tale was always here. We just got a little complacent, right? We stopped working, we stopped trying, but instead they just move sticks, right? Move sticks. And it's just kind of that. Now we get some role reversing and all of that kind of thing. But yeah, I thought more could have been done, right? Because it's looking at stepmother and all of that kind of thing. But I'm just kind of like, I that term always, it kind of bugs me, right? And it's, I think, especially if a parent like has died, is they're not there. Now, it's not to say they never were there, but the new person, you mean like, look, if they love you and do all those things, they're the parent now, right? So I think, well, we don't have to put the step in front because they're not a part-time situation. You know what I mean? And so yeah, some of the things that they did, I just felt eh, kind of, you know what I mean? It's a little obvious, it's a little lazy, you know? I think the other big thing though for me, I forgot Enchanted was a fucking musical. I forgot it was a musical. So I'm just watching this, and then suddenly motherfuckers start singing, and I'm like, "Yo, what, what's happening here?" You know? And I mean, the big thing is, I hated every fucking song. Oh my god, it was irritating. All the songs they just weren't memorable. Right now, I don't hate all musicals. I thought Encanto was great. And those songs were catchy as a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I was all down with those songs. I'm jamming, I'm dancing, I'm grooving. You feel me? But with this, I wanted to plug my ears. I'm just like, these songs are terrible. Just terrible. So yeah, I wish I had have known going in, because maybe I would have pulled the cord on this one. I'd be like, nah, actually, I don't need to watch it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass. But dumb me is all about it. So yay. Oh my gosh. Ah man. I don't know, right? I don't know. I think kids, right? I think maybe it's a kids thing, you know? You know what I mean? Because I think if you're down with the fairy tales and all of that, you're gonna think, oh my gosh, and they did, oh look, they reversed the, oh, that's so fun. You know, I do, and it was, enjoyable when they mixed the animation with the real life and all of that kind of thing, you know. So that's fun. But yeah, I kind of feel this is for the young family, right? If you got little 5-year-olds, you can sit them down, and yeah, I think they're gonna lap it up. But boy, jaded asked me, nah, it wasn't my jam, man. Wasn't my jam. But again, no, I just wish they had approached it differently. I think that would have been great. Yeah. But hey, can't have everything. It doesn't always have to be for you. You feel me? So yeah. A young fam, I think this you can sit down, you can enjoy it. It's not offensive. You know what I mean? I think you'll probably have fun. But yeah, not for me.